It's just different.
That is bad.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back for another episode of FairXchange podcast, episode 9. As usual, we got random black dude Shaq in the building.
Kiss my ass.
Yeah, you knew this was coming. I don't know why you're surprised.
Hey, everybody.
And special guest this week, and my boy David Joseph Jordan. We doing all kinds of shit.
What's up?
Mr. MMA fighting, kicking
Yes,
motherfuckers
sir.
in the head.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Hell no. So, all right, man. So, what's up, man? You had a fight yesterday. We'll start with that real quick. That was July 17th. You had a fight. And how was it? How'd you feel?
Yeah.
What was the overall experience?
It was great. This was my second fight. I had my first fight back in May. I fight for a promotion called Ultimate Battlegrounds, based out of Wilmington, North Carolina, but we usually compete in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. That is owned and operated, I believe, by Derek Brunson, who is a top 5 UFC middleweight, so 185 pounder.
Wow.
And obviously, you know what I'm saying, the UFC is the big show. So having that kind of connection pretty much right here in our backyard in Jacksonville, North Carolina, it's a dope opportunity to be able to, you know, kind of have that right there in your back pocket. You know what I mean? Because that's a straight ticket. There's a lot of guys at every level that are really good inside of UBG. And, you know, I'm just excited to be a part of that. So yesterday was my second fight, Myrtle Beach Convention Center. I actually had a rematch with the guy that I fought in my first fight. His name is Justin Stassi. Much respect to him. We originally got matched up back in May because both of our opponents didn't show up. That's some shit that happens every now and then with amateur MMA. You know, guys and girls figure out they don't want to fight, you know, or they you know, honestly, people get scared, you know. And the thing about fighting is a lot of people think they can fight, think they want to fight. But to really, really go through this shit, like to really put yourself through the time, effort, and dedication that it really takes to be successful at this, it's not for everybody. And we see examples of that at every level. Unfortunately, that means, sometimes people just don't show up. Or people come in, you know, 7-8 pounds overweight. MMA is a sport that's based in weight classes. So just like boxing, just like, you know, amateur wrestling, collegiate wrestling, international wrestling, it's all based on weight classes. So me and this guy got matched up back in May because my opponent just decided not to show up. And then his original opponent came in like 7-8 pounds overweight. When you come in overweight, it means you can't fight. You know what I'm saying? Part of the fight is weighing in and meeting that weight class number. Right. And whoever that was, he wasn't able to do that. So quick fix was, hey, let's match these guys up so that, you know, we don't run the risk of dropping the fight. And then there was another guy that was able to come on board to fight Stassi's original opponent. That was actually one of my teammates. So just my gym in general, my team, we kind of helped save the day a little bit with that one, you know, by bringing fighters that were ready to go, and I checked all their boxes and made sure that they was ready to rock.
Nice.
So that was back in May. Stassi and I only got to fight for a little less than 2 minutes because his cup fell out. And that's really not something that you usually see happen. You know what I mean? So I guess he must have had some kind of issues with his jock strap. But we didn't really get to finish our fight. I mean, we barely got to start our fight. Like I said, clock time, we had less than 2 minutes of us actually getting in the fight. So that left a lot of questions. You know what I mean? That was my debut fight. So I had a lot of questions to answer for myself, and I had a lot of questions to answer for people around me. And I didn't even really get to follow through, you know? And then for him, he's a more experienced amateur fighter. You know, that was his sixth fight going into that first fight with me. Um, you know, at the time he was a higher level belt in jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and I was a white belt. He was a blue belt. You would think on paper, you know, this dude that has 5 fights, even though he may not have won all 5 fights, this guy has the experience worth of 5 fights. He's about to beat this dude who's 0-0, who's never done this shit before.
Right.
You know, but this has been a long journey for me, and I've been grinding. I've been in the trenches with this. It took me a minute to really get into the groove that I really wanted to do this the way that I wanted to. Because like I said, it's a lot of time, effort, and dedication that goes into it. And I knew that I didn't always have that. But once I got that, everything that's happened for me over the course of the past 8-9 months has been a byproduct of that. So seeing that the first fight did not really get to, you know, follow through, we both automatically wanted to do it again at the next UBG event. So very shortly after the first fight, we were both already, you know, I at least I know I was messaging the promotion and say, hey, I need that one back. You know, we got to run this shit back. We got to find out what's really what. Because like I said, we didn't get to do that the first time around. So a lot of times you hear fighters talk about, you know, oh, I want to get a knockout. You know, I want to get a quick knockout, a quick submission, or they say, you know, I want to grind it out. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to grind it out. Like I said, I've been in the trenches. I've been in the dark a long time with this sport. But I always knew, you know, how successful I could be. It's just about actually having the opportunity to go out there and showcase that for people. And again, I didn't get to do that back in May because somebody didn't know how to wear their clothes, you know? So now that we got to run it back, that was my opportunity to really come out the gate and let everybody know who I am and what I'm about. I believe I got to do that. So I won via unanimous decision. So we went all 3 rounds. And, you know, I fought off a couple submission attempts, a couple takedown attempts. But there was really nothing that he had for me. You know, bell to bell, I was controlling the pace. I was controlling the cage. Like I said, give him credit for, you know, being as slick as he was with his submission setups. But at the same time, you know, I'm the one that got my hand raised. I didn't tap, I didn't snap, and I didn't nap. So I came out there and I did what I wanted to do.
That's dope.
Nah, that's what's up. Like, for real.
That's dope. So, Kenny, before I start, because you know I'm always with the questions, you got anything for him?
What the fuck made you want to do this? like, you know, I understand. Like, even in some small assemblies, being black, you grow up fighting and shit. Like, it like that's a natural
it's
thing.
Like you grow up scrapping,
right? But it's a difference to be like
to
I'm gonna do this professionally.
To do that. Yeah, and you know that's like when I leave my regular job. You know, I'm talking to my coworkers and my friends, and they're like, "Oh, you know," I'd be like, "Oh, I'm getting ready to head out for the day." They're like, "Oh, you going home?" And I'm like, "Nah, I'm about to go get punched in the face." You know, like that. Like that's really like what I do. Like that's what I look forward to every day. You know, eventually, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm grinding towards to be able to do this full time and to be able to create a life and a career off of this because I know that I can do that. So, but what did it for me is you know, I always had like an attraction towards like combat type stuff. You know what I mean? Like growing up, like you know, like the weird nerdy black kid, like right here, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Running with his arms behind his back and shit.
Yeah, bro. Like yeah, that was me. Like I got a Marvel Comics encyclopedia right over here in the corner of the room, bro. Like, you know, the Xbox is on right now. You know, that's still very much a part of me to this day is, you know, being a nerd, being a blurred. But what that looked like for me in my younger days was just being like, you know, attracted to the more kind of alternative stuff in addition to the regular thing. So even though I still like watching basketball, football, I think the thing that I remember watching like earliest when I was a kid was WWE, like WWE, WWF, WWE.
All of us.
Yeah, you know? Yeah, so it was just that element of like, I think I can beat the shit out of you. I think I can beat the shit out of you. And we're going to find out what's up. You know, even though that was scripted, like that felt like it was real to us as kids, you know? Yeah. And I always thought like that was the first thing that I wanted to be when I was a kid, was this big WWE wrestler. And then, I got a little bit older and got a little bit smarter, and realized that's not what was going to happen for
What the
me.
fuck is this? Like,
Yeah.
this person died last week. How the fuck is he?
Exactly. Like,
Right.
so, what happened after that was going into middle school. That's when I kind of veered towards basketball more a little bit, is the sport that I wanted to do. Right. I was complete trash at basketball. All right. Don't like Shaq, anytime y'all invited me to come play some hoops, like after we got back home from the deployment, like I was never around for none of that. It's not my forte. I'll sit and watch all day, but that's about it. And I can be honest about that too. So,
Right.
Took middle school for me to figure out that basketball wasn't going to be my sport. And it didn't really do it for me anyway. So, going into high school, that's when I, found wrestling as a sport. And basically the way I saw wrestling back then was that it was a way for me to deal with my anger. Cause I was a very emotional child, but I didn't have my emotions figured out, and that's something that I take pride in now in adulthood, especially, as a man and as a black man, like that emotional awareness. But that's a whole different conversation. But back then I didn't have the skills that I have now. So wrestling was that outlet for me to pick people up and slam them on the ground and not get in trouble for it. In fact, I got points for it. You know what I mean? And it made people cheer and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I just naturally gravitated towards that. And, I'm sitting at home one day watching TV, and I remember Spike TV. I always had wild shit on there. 1,000 Ways to Die and shit like that. So of course, I didn't know it, but they had UFC on Spike TV. You got these barbarians of dudes fighting each other inside a steel cage, like legit fighting each other, though. Why wouldn't that be on Spike TV, of all channels, of all networks,
Right.
So being a wrestler, and I fell in love with wrestling when I started. I really did. I was still hard-headed as shit back then. So my grades wasn't always on point. So I didn't always, I couldn't be the student athlete that I needed to be because I didn't want to be a student. So I didn't really get to dive into wrestling the way I should have and the way I really needed to. I was more of a late bloomer in that essence. But, where was I going with that?
It's all good.
So I fell in love with wrestling, and, that turned into me watching TV one day, and I'm flipping through channels, and I come across this one thing that's on, and these guys look like they're wrestling, right? But they're not wearing singlets. They're shirtless, and they have on shorts, and they look like they're wrestling. And then, but nothing's really happening. And the referee ends up standing them up, and then they start punching and kicking each other. I'm like, what the fuck is this beautiful ass violence that I'm looking at right now? I need to know what this shit is right now. And I was like, UFC, and I Googled it, UFC, and I was like, yo, this is the shit. This is what I want to do. This is live right here. And it's different than the WWE because it was real. That's what really kind of set the UFC apart, was that it was real. In the very beginning of MMA, the history of MMA really dates back to even Muhammad Ali's time, because you could argue that Muhammad Ali was in the first actual mixed martial arts type fight, because it was a boxer, versus a different type of striker. So it was a little bit different, but obviously the sport has evolved a lot, over decades. And, but yeah, it's just always kind of been like an other type of thing, what's your main sport? MMA. They're no, between basketball, baseball, football, what's your favorite? Those are your only three choices. You know what I mean? But MMA has evolved so much now to where the richest athlete in the world is an MMA fighter, plain and simple. You know what I mean? Not the richest MMA fighter in the world, but the richest athlete in the world, and Conor McGregor. That man really changed the game, and a lot of people are striving to do a lot of the things that he's done. But yeah, MMA has just always kind of been, that kind of off to the side kind of thing. Even now, as big as it is. And I think that just further ties into, me as a blurred, kind of setting myself apart. Like I said, that's just part of who I am through and through. But very early on, I realized that this is something that I wanted to do. I just didn't necessarily take the most direct path. Um, like I said, I was pretty much a late bloomer in wrestling in high school. And when I got into, uh, getting ready to get out of high school, I obviously had to come up with something to do. And I knew that I had the skills to wrestle in college. But again, student athlete, I didn't want to be a
Right.
college student. I barely wanted to be a high school student. I just didn't feel like school was the route for me. So even though I wanted to wrestle, I wasn't going to gamble with, trying to have a college career on top of trying to do what I really wanted to do. Because at that level, there's just no room for error on either side. So I decided to go into the military. You know, not that I had money for college either. Like me and my family, that just was not a thing. So that definitely played into my, my decision as well. But I decided to go into the military. I depped in to the Marine Corps at 17. I was a full 12 months early. So I knew, going into senior year, I already knew what adult life, had in store for me. I graduated the first week of June. I graduated high school. Second week of June, I was off to boot camp for the Marine Corps.
What year was this?
It's 2012. So
Okay.
June, it's like, I don't know, early June 2012. I'm graduating high school. A week later, I'm on my way down to MCRD San Diego, or on my way over to MCRD San Diego, coming out of Chicago. So, that's what I dedicated about 8 years of my life to. I went in 2012, came out in 2019. I did really well for myself inside the Marine Corps, but at the time, it was honestly just something that I fell out of love with. And I rekindled my relationship with MMA as a fan because I got away from it for a minute. Because the military did kind of like that was the most prominent thing in my life, so it shifted a lot of my attention from other things. But over time, like I said, I kind of fell out of love with the Marine Corps and with the military, and that love for MMA, that love for competition, that started to gravitate back to my center. And I was like, you know what? One day I honestly just woke up and I was just like, I don't know how this shit is going to happen, but I'm about to make the jump and I'm about to move on, from the Marine Corps, move on from the military, and I'm going to chase this MMA shit and I'm going to take it to the top. The biggest thing, honestly, is my fight team, my fight camp, my fight team, my gym, Combat Club, Martial Arts and Fitness out of Jacksonville, North Carolina. They keep me grounded. We're there for each other. No matter we win, no matter we lose, it doesn't matter. We're always there for each other. We're always honest with each other. We hold each other accountable. We beat the shit out of each other and we push each other. We've really created a family there. It's been a great experience. So that's not what brought me here, but that's what kept me here.
Right. And I think that was my biggest, what kept you there. But, what's the, obviously I don't want to say angle, you know what I'm saying? Because you just started.
Mm-hmm.
So what's next? Like, what's keeping you pushing, or what's the...
Hey, what am I working towards?
What do you work? Yeah.
Like I said, I know that I can be successful in this sport. I can do damage in this bitch. I know that. I'm confident in that. And I'm going to take this shit to the top. Like you said, this is the beginning. That was my second fight, but it was my first fight. I'm still an amateur. I'm not a professional yet. So I'm not getting paid for this shit yet. So they won't be able to see me, but y'all see me. Like I look like this for free.
This is going on YouTube. They gonna see
you. I look like this for free. So, but yeah, you just got to grind it out as an amateur, get your experience up, because that's what being an amateur is really about: getting your experience up and learning the sport. Training is one thing, but competing is another. But yeah, we're gonna take this shit to the top. It's a long road, but it's not a long road. It's only a long road if you're not willing to go the distance. So I know that I'm built for it.
What's the average amateur to start being noticed by the pros? Is there an average time?
Not necessarily. That's the thing about MMA too. Like nothing
Yeah.
at the end of the day, nothing is cut and dry. You know,
Okay.
so you could have 0 amateur fights and go straight into a pro, depending on what you've done in your life and depending on who knows you.
Okay.
Or you could stumble into a gym one day and have 10, 12 amateur fights before you go pro. But for
Yeah.
me, that's what I was talking about earlier. Being in the promotion that I'm in, they put on professional fights right now. So that the amateur fights will outweigh the professional ones. But we don't have to go find another promotion to make that jump from amateur to professional. So, like I said,
Okay.
the promotion I fight under, Ultimate Battlegrounds, that's ran by an active, top UFC fighter in Derek Brunson.
Yeah. Right.
So that's a great example of a dude in the sport right there as well. So there's not really an average time. It's just about getting that experience in. Obviously
Okay.
racking the wins up. You got to be able
Right.
to be successful to stick around in this shit. So
Right.
yeah,
This be motherfuckers in the UFC be getting their noses punched in on a daily
yeah,
basis. They don't never win,
yeah,
but still there.
yeah.
Like,
And it's crazy too because like the thing about the UFC is that's something we watch on TV. You know what I mean?
right.
Like like as a hooper, like when you see LeBron, when you see KD, like they're so otherworldly to you. You know what I mean? And that's how it is for us too. It's like I just saw that dude on TV 3 weeks ago, and now he's 3 feet away from me. You know what
Right.
I mean? When you go to these
Yeah.
fights,
Yeah.
with Derek being an active, middleweight, there are a lot of active professional fighters, in North Carolina, really not too far away from here. So when we go to these
Mm.
events, where you're literally running into UFC fighters, so not just people that do what you do, but people that do what you do at the highest level and that
Right.
have been where you've
Right.
been. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like it's fucking crazy to see that shit, but it's amazing at the same time.
Yeah. That's dope. Hell yeah, man. Shit. Well, I don't think I have any more questions. I think I'm proud of you, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
Being able to know you personally. You know what I'm saying? And we know some of the same people.
Yeah,
Again, and if my Marines that are listening to it, they know I miss them, but that was
yeah,
one of my, best times in the
yeah,
military. So the people that I've met, including yourself, I met some amazing people, and a lot of y'all are doing some crazy things. And when you started promoting everything, I was like, oh
yeah,
shit, here we go.
yeah. It was
So
a long time
yeah,
coming, man.
yeah, bro, that's dope. I'm definitely proud. Shit, man. Can you?
No,
What's up,
I'm
man?
already. I mean, I heard about him from you, and then him being from Chicago. Like, me too is like I'm already on your corner about all that shit.
Yeah, appreciate
Yeah,
you, man.
bro.
Like
Yeah, yeah,
seeing just being successful, like the arrogance, all that shit. Like it needed. I love that shit for
Yeah,
everybody. Like, why do something if you think you ain't good at it? Like that's.
exactly.
facts. Super facts.
But definitely doing some
But
shit different. I don't know nobody who want to go get punched in the face. I hate getting in the
Yeah,
face.
yeah.
So
But I mean, honestly, that's another thing for me is I've always had a pretty big inclination that I was pretty much supposed to be somebody in life, and I think that this is really the beginning of that. And I was talking to my nephew last night. He was texting me after the fight, and he's a teenager, bro. He's a young teenager,
yeah,
and that's a very impressionable time for a young black boy, plain and simple.
mm-hmm.
And when he messaged me last night, he was like, "Uncle David, that was so cool. Like you're gonna have to teach me that one day." Like yeah,
yeah,
he was in awe. You know what I mean? And it, honestly, like that shit ripped me up like that. Like I
mm,
started crying. You know what I mean?
mm,
Because what does that mean for one black boy? You know what I mean?
right,
That's one that knows
right,
me, right? We all are fans of somebody. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So when the time is right, and the exposure continues to grow, like I want to be an example, you know what I'm saying, for our community and for anyone that can kind of identify with me. Because at the end of the day, we all we got. So,
right,
we got to put on for each other. We got to provide those examples for each other. and that's just part of what I'm looking to do as an athlete.
Absolutely.
Most definitely. Like that's, I don't know. You don't get enough people who really be like recognize it's bigger. It's bigger than you. Like and like at the root of it, yeah, this is something you want to do, or this is something you enjoy, but like who you could affect along the way.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
definitely,
Yep.
what you doing is dope as hell. And
Thank you, bro.
do you have on a Snuggie? Is that?
Nah, this is big ass.
Oh,
bro.
like,
It's cold.
what
in
the
here. It's
fuck?
cold, man. Like it's my ass, alright.
Yeah.
Nah. Yeah, man. This is dope. This is dope.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. We know some dope people, bro, for real. So we make sure we bring the dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it out to the people.
Try and get it all out there.
Gotta let people hear it. Yeah. Gotta let people hear it.
Yeah. Well, let me know, man. Let this just be the first of many. I'll be back.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We ain't going nowhere no time soon with this shit. So
Good.
we finna keep.
Good.
You know about consistency. So
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Y'all remember Ned's Declassified on they used to come on Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check this shit out. So the girl, I think it was like Mose or something. The girl,
Yeah.
she
Mosley.
her actual name is Lindsay Shaw. She was watching TikTok or whatever, and you know, teenagers like black teenagers doing like little dances and shit on TikTok
Right.
and going viral and shit like that.
This stupid ass shit right here.
That's what they was doing, that fucking dance, and she decided to be like, "What the fuck is that?" and cause a scene, which is a terrible idea. If you have not been in the world, leave that shit alone, lady. Cause she.
Can I say
Go
something?
ahead.
Do we think we starting to overreact as a black community sometimes?
Nope.
No.
Fuck no.
Yeah. Not really.
We don't
Well,
react
okay.
enough.
That's true. That is true. That is true. Now, me personally, I didn't give a shit about it because I'm not one of these like cancel culture motherfuckers. I just can't be. However, you already know the history of white people trying to take shit from us and judging us for us being ourselves. Now her ass is educated. I don't feel bad for her.
Ooh, she got
I mean, you never can.
Hell no. There ain't never enough bullshit.
They on that lady ass.
Yeah.
She made another video.
They tearing her ass.
She was boo-hoo crying because she got death threats from that shit. That is funny.
Nigga,
I was like, I bet you mind your fucking business now. Like,
the way she started to tear them crocodile tears. Hey, I was like, yeah, got you, bitch. That shit was so funny.
Should have left it alone.
But,
and that's it. Like, if there was like in high school, they should teach you. There should be a class instead of fucking trigonometry or some shit. They should teach you how to leave people the fuck alone. If it doesn't pertain to you, or if you don't care,
don't worry about it.
Let it go.
Exactly. Like, I don't understand. Like, you was literally a Nickelodeon star. We could roast your ass for your corny acting.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck are you? You did Ned's Declassified. It wasn't
And that's
about
it.
you.
Yeah.
And that's it. You disappeared. And then all of a sudden, now you're getting this attention that you thought you wasn't gonna get. Like, you realize that we got detectives in the black community for free, bitch. Like,
Easily.
it's like, wait. That's old girl. Oh,
Boy,
it's not racist, but
they
why does it
fucked
bother
her
you so?
ass up. She was.
Boy, I think I don't know, man. Dave, how you feel about it, bro? I know you.
I don't know. So what exactly did she do?
She basically
She
mocked.
She mocked it.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that ain't it. That ain't it.
She was like, "Are we okay?" She was like, "What the fuck is?" And then she started doing this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "So the white girls that be doing this bullshit, you don't say none of that." Like, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it, I'm not trying to bring a race thing into it, but you know, when it comes to
But I mean, facts are facts, though, and I know y'all alluded to that, you know, in past episodes, like, and that's something that we all see, you know, on a daily basis, like,
yeah,
how many, like, how many times are we gonna have to check people for trying to take our shit? Plain and simple.
Right.
Plain and
And the
simple.
thing is, we all three of us have military experience.
Mm-hmm.
We know race jokes come and go, right?
Right.
And we also know when somebody's being borderline racist. That's kind of borderline because it's like, again, y'all are doing
Like
goofy shit as
you
well.
weren't in a. I feel like she wasn't in a position, in a comfortable enough position to where, like, you know how when you know you could joke with somebody,
Right.
you know,
like if you're a comedian already,
not
yes.
no, but I'm saying like
Well,
amongst people that you know in your life, right?
Right.
You know who you can joke with,
right.
you know how you can joke with them. So
Yeah.
if you don't have that type of relationship with the black community,
leave that shit alone.
why are you trying to joke like you have that?
Yeah,
So
I mean,
that my biggest thing with situations like that is like, you know where you at, and it's not on this side of the table. So,
bro, like I don't think people understand that shit enough. They be like, it ain't even about it. Like you know you shouldn't be doing this shit. You know it. That's like, damn, look at this mousetrap. I know if I touch this thing, I fuck around and break my finger in here. But and then you touch it and you get mad at it. Like, what the fuck?
I just had to have that cheese, bro. Like,
it looked good. Like, no, motherfucker.
No, that ain't
Snap your ass right in half, and then be surprised. Like, all right, man.
Yeah,
it is what it is. The death threats, I never agree with death threats.
Yeah, that's far.
I never agree with death threats. I'm sorry, can't do it.
That's a little too much.
You made fun of my dance. Now I want you to die. Like it's never that serious.
See,
it's the same thing with.
What I always say with stuff like that though is like we're still doing it first. You know what I mean? So like you can be as bothered as you want to be. However, what does that got to do with your pockets? Like to an extent, you know what I mean? Like what does that have to do with your pockets? So yeah, death threats, that's way over the line.
Yeah. Like you said, she ain't doing nothing, and then the fact that you have time to make a TikTok talking shit. I mean,
how about you go act somewhere? That's what you're supposed to be doing. Right. Like, we didn't criticize your acting. I actually liked the fucking show when I was younger, but
right, I was gonna say back then.
Right, but thanks, bitch. Like that's all I can say. Like, thanks, bitch. That's it. I didn't want to keep going with the racial thing, but this shit was funny to me. There was a dude. He was at Walmart. And he was leaving Walmart. I forgot. It doesn't say specifically where this was. But the man, he's walking out, and I guess this little Hispanic lady is telling, like, runs up to him, stops him, like, yo, you stole my son's phone. Their son's phone is apparently in the parking lot, the little Find My iPhone shit.
Mm-hmm.
So she's harassing him in the parking lot and shit, like, saying like the phone is moving with him. So he's recording her like this is some bullshit in the Walmart parking lot, right? So they go through this whole song and dance. And he trying to leave. He like, this is bullshit. Like, I'm staying because I ain't steal your fucking phones. Like, I have my own phone. What the fuck I'm gonna do with this? So he like, you know what? They go back into Walmart, right? Her fucking son shows up with the phone because he left it in the car. And the dude happened to be walking past that specific spot where the car was. And instead he like, so can I get an apology? She like, oh, no. I'm like, we got the little Hispanic ladies accusing us of bullshit now. Like, what? You can't win.
No.
My man wasn't doing anything. He was just trying to shop.
Leaving Walmart of all places. I could see if it was Target. But it was Walmart. What the fuck? Yo, you a little dickhead kid. Like just could have ruined my life.
Nah, that ain't it.
You ever be out in public and just be like, after seeing something like that, I'm like, damn. Am I next?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
all the time.
When's it going to happen to me?
All the time.
Especially being in the South. Oh, my God. Like, bro.
I'll put anything past anybody anymore. That's sad that I have to be like that on a daily basis. It is.
And that's something that's always been a thing for us too, though.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you can't get too comfortable out here. That's just
You never
that's
can.
how it is. You can't get too comfortable. It's just you can be doing all the right things. I go in stores. I take my hoodie off.
Yep.
I take my hat off sometimes. Depends on where I'm at. You know. Yeah, I don't
Just
I
to
don't wanna
just
live
to
like
just
that,
to
but
give yourself a little bit more peace of mind that like,
a little bit,
you know, that
just a
you
little bit.
will make it out of here okay.
Yeah, just a little bit.
That's
And
the
it's crazy that
shit.
we have to do that to ourselves.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like that's ridiculous. Like I have to like change my thinking or like how I move throughout the world because I'm not sure who's having a bad day or who just want to attack me or some bullshit.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. Who's having a bad day and who has more control over my life?
Yeah.
And I do at the moment. So, yeah, man, it is what it is. You know, you can't react to everything the way you want to either.
No, definitely not.
Can't have a nigga moment.
Nah.
Nope, not at all.
No, sir.
But like it'd be like it's a daily battle. You be like some shit happen driving.
Yeah.
I'm in
Anything.
like South Carolina. Nobody can drive in South Carolina.
No, they can't.
None of them.
They really can't.
I'll be in the car losing my shit, and I'll be like, "Is it really bad enough for me?"
Like, like, is this real? Like, this is a prank, right?
It's a daily battle. Like the people, they nosy, they stare at you and shit, and it's just like, this ain't real.
It's
life.
like, yo, can you not like?
But something I don't see going away for a very long time anyway.
No,
And
like I said, I don't want to say it's always going to be a thing for us, but it always has been a thing for us. So,
right. And that's the scary
gotta
thing
follow
about
suit.
it. You gotta put like if you have kids, like you have to raise the kids and this shit. And, like,
Yeah,
they have to be taught how to move. Like they
I
can't
was
just
gonna
be
say how to
kids.
navigate it.
So I mean, it's draining to
Yeah,
have to. You basically like putting on a face every day, like trying to figure out what you should and shouldn't do, and
all right.
we the only people that
You
gotta do
never
that shit.
you never know like what could just not just work in your favor.
Exactly.
Whatever little decision you make, it's like you said. Maybe one day you go in the store and you don't take your hood down. You know what I mean? You never know how that's gonna work out for you. So
Yeah.
Sports related shit. I know this is gonna be extremely funny to me because I'm not talking about Chris Middleton yet because fuck that dude. So the 76ers are shopping Ben Simmons.
are they really shopping him at this
They
point?
shopping his ass
Yeah,
because he is useless.
that's crazy. I think what happened because I was when they were still in, I was paying a little bit more attention, to the other side, to outside sports, because obviously when I have a fight coming up, it's like I don't really care about shit else.
Right.
But so I haven't been watching, I haven't been like diving into the finals. But back when the 76ers were still in, I was just like, yo, like Ben Simmons has lost his confidence, yo.
And
He's lost his confidence. Like, and that's
what it looks
you gotta
like.
produce. You gotta produce. And that's in everything, anything and everything. Not just him as a basketball player, but no matter what you do, if you don't produce in that shit, how can you progress? How can you come out on top?
They compared him to LeBron a while ago. But the thing was, Ben Simmons hasn't evolved at all. I've seen nothing change.
No.
He ain't even attempted to shoot. He won't try.
And the thing is, we saw summer footage of him when he was shooting more. He was shooting more.
What the fuck are you doing?
Like jumpers. Ben Simmons with jumpers. But that didn't, but that didn't translate over to the big court. So trust the process.
Yeah, they finna process your ass right out the team. That's
right.
what they about to do.
Right.
It's shitty because he could be like one of the greats, like for real. But like the man has no. I'm finna get a bucket. Like he's passing
Yeah.
out dunks at damn near 7
Dunks.
feet tall. I don't understand.
My thing is, are we surprised?
I am.
Are we surprised?
To an extent,
I
but
am
not completely.
Because it was going to come down to a point where either Joel Embiid or Ben Simmons. Already knew Ben Simmons was going to be the one that was out first.
Between the two of them, yeah.
Yeah. Now, I didn't think it was going to happen this soon. I didn't think Ben Simmons was going to be like this total bum. You know what I'm saying? Because at some point, dude, you got to remember that you're in the NBA, bro. You can't just
You're doing
say,
this
like,
shit at the highest level.
I can't develop a
I
jump
can't
shot.
shoot.
You have to.
Like,
It's
dude.
kind of in the job description, bro.
Yeah. Like, you're not Giannis. Like, Giannis has figured out a way to get by, but Giannis has help.
He still
again.
tries
I
to
don't
shoot
know.
the
Like,
ball. It don't even matter.
Exactly.
Yeah, he tries.
Yes. Yeah, he tries.
Ben Simmons won't try.
But
Because didn't he score single digits in those last couple games?
Ben Simmons?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was
Like overall for the entire game, he scored single
that
digits,
boy
right?
was the avatar.
Yeah, dude
he
was-
disappeared
That's-
with the Fire Nation attack. So like that's
Like, that's honestly unacceptable as a professional athlete.
has to be a
No matter what
star,
the sport is.
and
Like
more so a star of a team. Like you got
a contending team at that, like,
and
come on, bro.
y'all got smoked by Trae Young and fucking was it John Collins, Jason, whatever the fuck.
John Collins. Ben Simmons could have shot 20%, 25% from the three, and they still would have made it to the finals against the Bucks right now. They would be in the finals right now.
You think so?
Or at least the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, you can shoot that bad. You know what I'm saying? But you're not shooting at all.
Yeah.
Dude literally drove to the basket. Oh, my
Ass
God.
up,
Yeah.
a dunk.
He said the basket. Nah, I'm good.
He literally has to reach his arms in the air and jump like this much.
What happened to the little punk ass hook shot he had? Like, wasn't he doing that for a while? Like, I don't know, man. Like, dude just. I don't even know.
Honestly, it's something off the court that he got to figure out. Because I can see that. I'm a very analytical person, but I can see that as a man, as an athlete, his confidence was not there. You know what I mean? Like, he's probably way deep in his head and he's overthinking the entire situation of, well, if I take this shot, I might fuck this shit up. So I'm just not going to take the shot. But then he does that over and over and over and over again until he just gradually shuts down. And then obviously it don't go anywhere past that. So that to me looks like something he got to work out off the court.
I know what it is. But I don't want to. Fucking, what's he dating?
I don't believe that.
I knew that's what you was going to say. I knew that's what you was going to say.
I knew it.
That's personal, though. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. That's something off the court. I'm not saying it's personal to where we shouldn't touch on it. I'm saying that's something off the court that's bothering him to the point to where, his performance on the court is suffering. It could be something like that.
I joke about it, but
it's real life, though.
It's too close.
It's real life, though.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. But Kenny, to your point, he really hasn't developed. He hasn't shown.
I've seen no different player. Like when LeBron couldn't shoot, and he didn't. Like he was like, I was trying to dunk on everybody, and then he got old, and then he was like, man, I might have to shoot this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Now LeBron, his jump shot is 10 times better than when he first got in because he can't just fly over everybody no more.
But nobody left LeBron open behind the three.
Because he was still going to shoot.
Right. That's what I was like. He was just.
The attempt was there. The confidence was there.
Right.
Ben Simmons didn't have that.
The entire league.
We see how it played out.
Yeah, he won't do it. And
they literally say the Ben Simmons treatment like Hack-a-Shack.
Yeah.
You can't hit free throws either. You get paid millions of dollars to wake up and go play a game.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me
that's all you have to dedicate your life to. That's all you got to do.
That's it.
Free throws. It's kids in high school hitting free throws for free. They ain't getting paid for this shit.
Looking like this for free.
Man, Man, that shit just burns me up. But yeah, they definitely shopping his ass, and
I trade Ben Simmons for a candle.
Okay.
is it a Bath and Body Works candle? Because that's kind of nice.
Nah,
They got to be high end.
It's a used Febreze scented candle from Walmart.
It's used too, bro.
Yeah, it's used.
Shit.
I ain't because you got to think about it too. You're giving. They said they want all stars for this man. That means there's somebody that can shoot.
Yeah. And why would you give up somebody they can for someone they can't?
Send that man back to Australia. I don't care. Like, he ain't get no.
If he turns into a bench player, that will be one of the saddest things I've ever seen in the NBA.
It's gonna be worse than Melo's story. I promise you.
Melo did that shit to himself.
He did, and so is Ben Simmons. But this will be worse because it's earlier in his career.
Yeah, without a doubt.
That shit gonna destroy his confidence for real. Like if he has to go to the bench, I think Ben Simmons is done.
He better be in the gym right now as we speak. Yeah, he better be working on the jump shot as we speak.
He'll turn to Brandon Knight. You have Brandon Knight? Yeah. Exactly.
I'm telling you, I think it's I think what it really is something off the court. But whatever it is, I think it's gonna start with that.
Yeah. He just got to be a little bit more cocky. You know, he's had good games, man. He's had games where he took over and just went the hell off. And he looked like a left-handed LeBron, minus a jump shot. But dude's just not consistent, and he fades away at the most inconvenient times. And it's like, dude, that prototype you are a build of point guard /
it's that point forward, that hybrid point
freak
forward.
of nature is what he is. Like,
and shit, it's like I think they hyped his ass up too much at LSU, to be honest, because he was so one-dimensional.
And I feel like that's something that we see a lot more now. You know what I mean? Like, yes, the game has changed, the game has evolved. You know, guys are a lot more athletic and everything, but I feel like a lot more times, more often than not, in multiple sports, give people a little bit too much credit too early. And it's like, okay, what have they done so far though? You know what I mean? And what are they doing right now? Not to be like, and not to just, turn on them when they do have low moments like Dennis having right now. But at the same time, like, I feel like a lot of times we give people too much too soon. And then what does that fall off really look like? So
also, it's kind of hard to come back from being hated by Philly fans because they don't forgive.
They really don't. They really don't.
I was going to say something, but I don't know.
You know, Kobe got booed when he first went back to Philly. Kobe, of all people.
That's crazy.
That's Philly.
I don't know if he got
and all he did was play for a different team than where he was from. That's all he did.
That's ass back.
Like he
didn't sabotage the team's chances by failing to produce. He just went and played somewhere else. And they hated that man, bro. Like, he was from there. And they wasn't fucking with him.
They didn't draft him.
That's how hard it is to come back in Philly.
It is.
I'm gonna keep my comments to myself about Philly.
Nah, fuck that. Nah.
I don't know. Well, I know some people from Philly, but I'm basketball team ass. Fuck y'all. Well, we can talk about the finals now. So I'm gonna get these off my chest.
I can't wait.
Fuck Christmas. I don't know. The man has been useless so long, and now all of a sudden, he can't be stopped.
I told you.
First of all,
I told you.
Let me finish.
Go ahead,
nigga. But don't get me wrong. Like I don't play for the downfall of nobody. Like I'm glad the man has fucking showed up finally, and he fucking hooping. He's hooping. I cannot take that away from him. But on the other end of the spectrum, the Suns are shitting the bed, bro. They're playing terrible now.
Not Devin Booker. Chris Paul, yes.
Didn't
Devin
D-Book have a rough? What was
playing
that?
like
Game
shit.
3?
Yeah.
Was it game 3 or game
He
4?
went like 3 for 14 or some shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
shit.
just
Well,
lost last night because he turned the ball over at the end. Like,
no.
he also got fouled.
So,
but, yeah.
But hold
Semantics.
on. We know Drew Holiday good on defense. We're not gonna take that
I think
away
I
from
saw
him.
that play.
Yeah, he stripped the shit out of
Yeah.
him. He stripped him. Come on, Kenny. Come on, Kenny.
So I'm finna give you this shit right here. Drew Holiday's defense or Devin Booker's offense? Where we go? If you had to pick one.
Yeah, but who produced at the right time?
But who's the?
That's what it goes back to.
I'm taking veteran and big moments as well. Look, man, I get it. Look, Kenny, you got to think about it, bro. You got to think about it.
So let me ask you this then, Shaq. With the way that Book has played, through the playoffs, you know what I mean?
Right.
Has he not shown us that he can show up in big moments?
Absolutely.
So we know he's capable of it. He just failed to do it this last time.
Well, the thing is, too, you got Drew Holiday, who's a little bit more like experienced in these big moments, not in the finals per se, but
Right.
he's been in clutch defensive situations. You've been through it, Kenny. You've seen a situation like dude gonna do this, dude gonna do that. Oh, dude's in a situation where I can just catch him slipping. He caught him slipping. It is what it is. Now, is Book gonna learn from it? Who knows? I get what you're saying, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I'm taking Drew Holiday every time. I'm not taking Drew Holiday every time. I'm saying he caught him slipping. It's a percentage. I don't know what the percentage is, but
No, I feel you. Like, and I'm not taking nothing. Drew Holiday's defense has been a fucking major staple in why they even win games. Honestly, because Chris Middleton can do whatever the fuck he wants, but without Drew Holiday's defense on Chris Paul and Devin Booker, they not gonna win.
Yep. He's literally doing what Eric Bledsoe was supposed to be doing. And that was an amazing trade to me. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, trust me. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's not looking good for the boys. It's not looking good.
It's shitty because imagine Chris Paul's like nightmares if they lose this shit. Like this Chris Paul last shot. I don't care what nobody say. He ain't getting back here.
It is.
I could be wrong.
You don't know.
He barely holding on. I'm surprised his spaghetti hamstrings ain't start acting up. He beat that.
He had me worried when he first got injured. I
the shoulder
honestly thought that was going to be I thought that was going to be it for them.
Yeah.
But he's on borrowed time, and then because you ain't pulling the Suns back up there, dude, and they only got there because of the injury-ridden season, like for real.
League.
Because if the Lakers would have been at 100%, I don't see it happening.
Yeah. No.
Bron and AD at 100%. No fucking way.
Dangerous.
First round would have been smoked, and we would have had a completely different dynamic. But they got lucky. They was hooping. I can't take that away from him. Cameron Payne ain't showed up at all. What has he done since the first round? Nothing. He ain't even do shit against the Clippers.
Cameron Payne used to be on the Bulls too. So like when
shit.
he started going off, I was just like, yo, where was this man back when we had him?
All he did was dance. He been dancing his whole career up until all of a sudden he was like, we playing the Lakers?
Bag.
Nobody in the NBA plays their best game until they play LeBron. I got time to fucking argue.
I believe that.
No bullshit. Like
it's like you subconsciously rise to the occasion. That's what it is. Because you know what I'm saying? You know how great the dude across from you is, and you're like, damn, like that just draws out the best in you.
Exactly. Like fucking when they play the Spurs. Hey, tell me what Gary Neal is right now. Tell me the last team he played for. Exactly. Nobody knows who the fuck. Probably people listening don't even know who the fuck Gary Neal is. But he was fucking hooping. what has Danny Green really done since him and Gary Neal was shooting the fucking lights out in that game he's playing the Heat? Danny Green has been on a super slump. He won the championship.
Yeah, he's been inconsistent
with the fucking. Was he on the Raptors? Whatever.
Yeah,
he won them with them, and then all of a sudden he had to get paid. And look at him now, some shit.
He got 3 rings with 3 different teams. Must be nice. Must be fucking nice. But shit, man.
I told you, LeBron is the catalyst of the NBA. He make people. You like, y'all can really play basketball. I did not know that. You like, look at you.
Real quick, I want people to understand that I'm going off. It's still about LeBron. Space Jam 2 is not for your old ass, all right? Let's just put this shit out there. It's not for your old stupid ass. It's for your goddamn fathead ass kids.
It's literally called A New Legacy. Like,
bro, we are not about to sit here and act like an NBA player is about to put on an Oscar-winning performance in a fucking basketball movie with Bugs Bunny. Bro, kiss my ass. So? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
People are acting like the first Space Jam was fucking awful. It was a terrible movie.
Like cinematically, yeah. But that shit was gold to us as kids.
Right. It was just star-studded. You had NBA players with fucking Looney Tunes. You was like, oh my God. Like, this shit is crazy.
I seen you on TV and I seen you on TV, and now I see you in a movie together.
Right.
That's what it's for.
With Bugs Bunny.
Cool. I'm about to be 30. I'm still watching. I ain't watched it yet.
I mean, that's what I was just about to say. I'm watching it. But I'm not going to sit there and criticize the shit out of it.
Now, my review of it, I thought it was a good, family-friendly movie. Was it ass, acting-wise? Yes. But that's fine.
The thing, too, LeBron's not an actor, right? And more often than not, for these scenes that he's shooting, you know for a fact he's just standing in a room by himself.
Yeah,
Bugs Bunny's not real. Tweety's not real. He's just standing there talking. You know what I'm saying? So, like, how you going to sit there and beat him up because he didn't act as well as he plays basketball? Which one does he really get paid to do?
Everybody's a critic. Like, nobody's happy.
We know why
anything.
We know why. We know why people are more of a critic on this one.
Yeah,
it's fucking LeBron. Like, it's all good. I mean, eventually y'all get it. Everybody a movie critic now. I guess social media done turned y'all into stupid.
They are.
Nothing can come.
People are whatever they want to be, whenever they want to be.
Yeah. Yep. So. I mean, hey, it is what it is. I thought it was decent. You know what I'm saying? Y'all fake nostalgic motherfuckers, because y'all want to be nostalgic when y'all want to be. Y'all not nostalgic all the time. Like, so, it is what it is, man. But yeah, that's my little tangent on that shit. So throw that out there.
No.
We're gonna talk about Damian Lillard as well. Last thing.
Wow, what Damian Lillard do?
What, as far as him moving?
Apparently, a report came out, and Dan cleared it up a couple of days ago. They was like, a report saying that Dame might be requesting a trade here in the next few days, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, he's with Team USA right now. He came out and said that it's false.
I don't know.
We've heard this before.
I don't know, man.
We've heard this before.
So he just want to continue to lose? Because that's cool. Because that's what's going to happen.
He thinks it's about the head coach so fucking much.
The head coach? Bro. All right, check this out. I get it. Coaching is a big part of, being able to win, right? Right. That old motherfucker that they gonna hire is not on the court hooping. Like, I don't care what. That's like with him fighting. You can get the coach to show you, like, when he dip his head, he gonna throw his right hand or whatever the fuck he's gonna do. But if your dumb ass don't move, so, like, you get hit in the face. Like, he's not out there doing it for you. Like, you.
Right.
Y'all are getting paid. Y'all are supposed to be the best athletes in the world.
Did they hire a new coach already? They did, right? Or did they not?
Yeah, they did. I forgot who it was, but Yeah,
What
but
didn't it wasn't a mutual ways? They parted on mutual terms, didn't they? Terry
returns,
Stotts.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy too, because you know what I'm saying? That goes to show you, even on Terry's end, he was like, look, I don't think I could do this shit. Like we done tried it over and over and over again, and
but
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let y'all be, man. It was fun while it lasted.
yeah.
So I don't know, man. I feel like Dame has to realize that too. Like yes, loyalty is respected, and it's given a lot more credit in today's game because the lack of it wasn't as much of a thing, a couple of decades ago.
Right.
It's
But
respected when you win. If
that's what I'm
you
saying. You're gonna be
loyal,
you're gonna be the most respected, like
loser.
least credentialed motherfucker in the league. Like when it's all said and done, like they're gonna like Chris Paul finally made it to the finals, right? Dame is not gonna get that if he stays over there.
No
If he
fucking
stays
way.
up there, you know what I mean? He's not gonna have like that kind of happy ending or even that high point to where he takes it all the way. But he's good enough to do that. But Portland doesn't have all the tools. But
Oh,
if even the coach is saying that, you know what I'm saying, he's ready to walk away from that, then I think that best player got a little bit more thinking to do too.
I blame CJ McCollum.
CJ
That's what I blame.
McCollum don't do. They never hoop at the same time,
Very rarely, right?
and that shit is like, dude, what do we pay you for? Like to be weird or to like say shit on the podcast and like rub people the wrong way? No, man, put the fucking ball in the rim and win us
All
some
right,
games. Like,
We never get to see. I think we got this. We got lucky. We got to see LeBron and AD go off, right?
right,
We got to see that. The duos or the big threes that you want to see. Nowadays, it doesn't happen. Obviously with Brooklyn, they didn't play a lot of games together, so we didn't get to see that a lot.
right.
Shit, we really didn't get to see when
Even in their kind of final
right,
stretch because they was all playing off so many different injuries at the same time.
right. So, my biggest duo I kind of wanted to see was how the fuck John Wall and Bradley Beal was going to go off of each other, but John Wall just started getting injured like crazy.
Yeah,
So, yeah, man, it's just I don't know. Like, it seems like the day of like the duo shit is just gone, bro.
I
Like,
think
just
I think part of what's cut into that is the energy towards the super team. You know what I mean, and teaming up. And like I said, loyalty is looked at. It's credited a lot differently. And then on the other side, you have
yeah,
people like Dame that say, no, I don't want to go to where there are already good players because I'm a good player and I can make it happen.
yeah.
But
nah, dang.
Ain't nobody going.
basketball
Ain't
is
nobody going.
5 people on the court,
Yeah,
so five
he
people on the
needs
team.
somebody, dog, like something, or a good ass role player or something. They ain't got none of it. Nurkic is the big man, and he play like shit too because he been injured a
Yeah,
lot.
How many times they trade away Cantor and brought his ass back? Like twice. Like what kind of bullshit.
couldn't even tell
Like we
you.
don't want him. No. Bring him back. Bring him
Like, all
back.
right,
Nah,
let's
we
try
don't
this
want him.
again.
Yeah,
It's
like come on,
like,
bro.
yeah, like they don't have the pieces for him to be talking out his ass like that. Like you,
Yeah,
Nah.
this
Nah.
is, I don't know. That's like him going to Orlando and being like, "We could make it." No, you can't. That's not how this works. Just because you
yeah,
said it, don't mean it's gonna happen.
it don't work like that.
Nope.
But
Not at
I
all.
don't know, man. We'll see. Hopefully, he pulls his head out his ass and realizes he can't. That shit ain't happening over there. Not in Portland.
Yeah,
Ain't nobody going
no,
there either because they can't pay nobody because they pay CJ McCollum too much fucking money. What?
Yeah. We'll
What
see.
do I know? I'm just a nigga who sees things. But
But all right, bro. That's all I
yeah,
got.
other than that, like that's it, man. Definitely appreciate you being a part of the
yeah.
podcast. Like it's a
Appreciate y'all, man.
definite
Thanks for having
honor.
me on.
Homie Dave.
Like I said, we're gonna do it again without a doubt.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
But yeah, man. We'll see y'all for the next episode. Make sure y'all go buy some merch at FairXchangeLLC.com. I know who
All right.
buys the shit. Like, don't And some of y'all who said I was gonna buy, y'all look real unfamiliar right now. But it's cool.
Hey yo, also drop your tag, bro. Let people know where to follow you.
Instagram, Dave Joe Dub. DAVJOEDUB. Come see me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Definitely. Yeah.
He promotes the shit out of himself, and we promote him as well. So
Appreciate y'all.
stay tuned, man.
Sure. All right, man.